Welcome to the Garage One podcast with your hosts Ross Smith and Saher Saeed. Your only choice for insightful commentary on cars, real estate, and racing. Buckle up and let's get rolling.
Hey, gearheads and race fans, we're back.
We are so back.
We're so back.
So back.
Man, I'm like vibrating. We have so much to talk about. Like
A lot.
there's so much going on. Just got back from a pretty crazy weekend. Like, holy mackerel. If you ever wondered what actually goes on behind the scenes in motorsports, this is going to be a great example. Because you go into the weekend. Okay, so everybody's excited, right? They're like, yeah, we're bringing WC back, to 6 hour. You're already preparing yourself for being in a hot, fire suit for 6 hours straight just on the one day.
Just one day.
And then you look at the forecast and it says, 99-ish, somewhere around there, which, it's Austin, Texas. So you know good and well it's going to be hotter than that.
And it's like 99 air temperature, basically.
Right.
Not hitting off the
Sure. That's
ground
99
of the Dakota.
That's 99 on the stove, not
Yeah.
actually what's on the frying pan, right?
Yeah.
So-
we've done it. It feels like every time the F1 is at Dakota, it's the hottest weekend ever recorded.
Like they're like record heat here. That's their number. Did I send you that photo of the temperature readout on my dash on my truck that said 109?
100. No,
Yeah,
you did not.
yeah. That was one of the days that we were actually on station in fire suits and like, dude, I no kidding. I know this is a little graphic. I drank 7 bottles of water and I peed once.
That's the ratio right there. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the ratio.
7-1 right
One
there.
every time. But it rained.
It
for
did.
us watching it
my
at
gosh.
home, it was pouring.
Yeah, that the actual race day, and of course it kept getting pushed off, and they were talking about it was going to be a deluge, and it ended up actually being that at the end of the day.
Yeah,
they're weathermen; they can be wrong 50% of the time and still keep their job. I don't know how they.
I think they're wrong more than 50% of the time, mostly.
Man, especially in Houston, like, those guys go back to school.
Hey, we haven't had the 2 p.m. showers in a while.
Well, no, that's true. That was really funny. Like we could almost set our watch by when it was going to rain because we heard the thunder and we go, oh yeah, that's
about time.
That's about right. Yeah. But yeah, it was gross hot, like crazy hot.
Yeah.
For Thursday and Friday. So Thursday, obviously, we do initial scrutineering. To go along with that, so we get through the first couple of cars, Okay, so I was doing 2 things this weekend.
Yeah.
So my job was to help them with the 3D scanning, which is my favorite part of that whole thing.
Explain, what are you 3D scanning with it?
So when they're doing initial scrutineering, they pull the cars through and they put like these little reflective dots and these little like modules all over the car. And they laser scan the side of the car and it feeds all that data into a computer that makes an instant 3D model. It's one of the coolest things to watch.
Okay.
But what's funny is, and I know when I originally asked him, I was like, well, this is pretty neat. You compare this to the specs and the blueprints and all that other stuff. He was like, yeah, but none of that matters. He was like, all we care about is the floor. He was like, we are scanning this so it's a perfect relation to the floor underneath. And that's the last thing that they do is go and scan the floor and make sure that it hasn't changed. And what I didn't know, and this probably should have been obvious, I don't know, is that temperature, humidity, all those things
Impacted all.
can make the car panels fluctuate and warp and all that other stuff. And they're allowed a certain tolerance. Yeah. So they scan the floor, all that good stuff. So we got through the first half of the cars and we got our lunch break. So we head off to lunch break, get a little bit of air conditioning, come back, refreshed, ready to get the next cars. Cause we're there from 8 o'clock in the morning till 7:30 at night. Like there's a lot of cars to go through.
That's why I didn't go.
Yeah. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. But we come back from lunch and I walk into the tent and it's hot. I'm like, what the heck is going on here?
So makeshift tent, basically.
It's like one of those big, like you'd see at a fair, those big white vinyl
ones,
tents that they had set up. But I mean, we're talking about 3,000 square foot of tent. It's not small.
And no air.
No, so they had 2 industrial AC units that were running the whole time. Ironically, because the scanner likes to overheat.
Makes sense.
And I'm like, what are you guys doing in Abu Dhabi then? Like, if it's hot here and you're having issues with the scanner,
they probably have AC units around the stadium, just around the circuit. You know,
we had a whole conversation about like liquid cooling the processors and all kinds of other fun stuff. But anyway, so that wasn't normal. We're like, oh crap, we lost our air conditioning. So I talked to the FIA guy there, and they were like, well, the generator broke. I'm like, what? Okay, this isn't good. And so I have all of these engineers from FIA that are suspensions experts, engine experts, all of these guys. And they walk over to this very basic diesel. Now, don't get me wrong. The size of this generator is like a Volkswagen, right? Yeah. It's huge.
What do you mean a Volkswagen?
Anyway, it's like 2 Volkswagens actually stacked on top of each other. The thing is massive. And so they're like, we don't know what to do with it. So I'm like, okay. So I walk around to the panel, and the panel on the light says it overheated.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm like, okay, how is the call maintenance? And apparently they had already called the guys. And by the time the electrical crew showed up there, they looked at it and they're like, yep, it's hot. And I'm like, all right. Hey, did you come to that all by yourself? Congratulations.
Oh, that's
very good. But I was like, well, how can we get it started back up? And he's like, it will not start until it cools down. So looked at one of my other guys. And I was like, get on the cart. Let's go. So we got on the golf cart and ran over to the ice. They have these big containers of ice all around the track. And we got these big, like probably 20-pound bags of ice and loaded them onto the cart and went over there and like pulled the covers off and stacked them around the engine block.
Yep.
To get it to cool down. These guys were like, that's genius. I was like, yeah, I know. But
that's genius. That's also when you race at times when before technology.
No,
you know,
kidding.
you've done that.
But I just found
that's how you cool down a car.
Yeah, right. So I just found that it's really ironic that something with the technology of a lawnmower engine was really throwing these guys for a loop.
Well, yeah, I mean, you think about it, they are overthinking
everything. Yeah.
You know, they look at it and they're like, no, we need the expert. It's like, it's simple.
Yeah.
But I mean, you still need to think about it.
Yeah.
It's not going to come to everyone.
Right.
But at the same time, you know, you mentioned it's like suspension expert. That's really what they do.
Yeah.
That's really
their gig.
It's, you know, don't ask them about something else.
That's absolutely right.
Yeah,
Yep. So we got the generator cooled down within, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Fired it right back up. Turns out that something had blocked the air intake somehow. I don't know exactly what it is, but that's what the guy was explaining to me. And it couldn't get enough air through there. And it lasted for the rest of the day. Once we got it cooled off and for the rest of the weekend, not a single problem. But that was highly interesting.
That's entertaining.
It's
also stressful.
It also put us about 45 minutes behind.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, that's also very stressful.
Dang it, man. And then on Friday when they were doing some of the practice stuff, I was also, my second job was heading up the tire team of the tire scanners. We got 6 guys that are running around scanning tires. If you don't know what reason they do that is because every set of tires has an RFID chip embedded in the sidewall so that they can tell what tires are allocated to what teams. So we're constantly going through there and checking and making sure that everything that they're using
makes sense. Yeah.
You know, you always want to see that green light up on that scanner. But I was running that team for that weekend, and our tire scanners quit working. They couldn't communicate back and forth between the FIA, and the tent was so far away from the track that the scanner didn't have enough. They almost needed a repeater to get it to it. So with that being said, we had to take the scanners physically back to the office over there, let them download some information, and then go back out and do our job. So
you start wondering, because I mean, you know, this weekend there in Japan.
Yep.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? Yeah. And you're like, okay, so how do you deal with problems? Like, do you have these problems at every circuit? Like,
I wonder.
Do you have a
because
plan?
Some of the stuff that we run into, I wonder if they've ever done, like, does this happen all the time? Now with the scanner overheating and stuff, apparently that's a pretty known issue.
Okay.
Just because of it takes a lot of juice. There's a lot of processing power. And I'm like, well, why don't they get a better module like that? Maybe has some liquid cooling. I mean, that's a thing now.
Yeah.
I know that's exotic thing back in the
but
computer
still,
days, but now it's basic stuff. They make bolt-on kits now. We used to have to design our own and run it through a bar refrigerator. I didn't do that. To overclock our processors.
Yeah.
Anyway, long story short. Yeah, but most of the weekend, other than that, it was pretty uneventful. Other than the race itself,
And like race day.
oh my Lord!
I mean,
I know you were watching it on. We were kind of talking back and
well,
forth.
I'm like, aren't you supposed to be working? And you just keep responding. I was like, okay. I mean, a lot of rain.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
I feel like everyone was kind of safe throughout the whole race with the rain, considering.
I agree. There was a lot of attrition. There were some people that were pushing it too hard in wet conditions,
Which is something we have talked about, right?
Yeah.
Which baffles me every time I'm watching endurance racing. You have 6 hours in this case. You have 24 hours in some cases.
Yep.
Right? You are minute 35 into the race and you're battling.
Mm-hmm.
You're going, just hitting each other.
Like it's a sprint race. Like you're on the 43rd lap of an F1 race.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
it's like, what are you doing?
your box is going push, push, push. You know?
Right? And that's what I wonder. I'm like, is the box not telling them to just take it easy? Like,
yeah. Man, I get it because I understand every second counts, but I'm with you on that. Like, y'all temper your enthusiasm a little bit. Like, pull it. You're talking about possibly taking the car out of the race. Then what good is it?
Exactly. And that's the thing. It's like, F1 teams, 25 races, they can afford it.
Yeah.
Right?
For sure.
Some of these teams, I mean, they can afford it, but they can't really afford it.
Yeah.
They're running one car, maybe two cars.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's like there's thousands of dollars. There's so many people that are working on these cars. And you're going to risk it to pass car 65 on lap 3 of the race that has 200 laps or whatever it is?
Want to go?
Really?
Congratulations. Good job. Yeah, way to go.
I mean, your pit stop is taking 20 seconds.
No, you only have
30 seconds.
5 hours and 45 minutes left.
I mean, and that's the thing. It's like sometimes these cars go in and they're being worked on for 25 minutes.
Yeah.
And then they come back out to race.
Yeah. And somehow end up still coming in the top hour.
Yeah, that's always
something's not computing here.
So you're battling on lap 3, but you can take a 25-minute break.
Yeah.
And just come back and be.
And especially in WEC, and we see this a lot in IMSA too, is like you said, some of the teams are not nearly as funded as well as like the Proton team, the Mustangs out there are.
Oh, yeah.
From what I understand, not paid.
Which we'll talk about that.
Well, but
there's a lot. I mean,
there's so much to unpack there. Like,
let's. So majority of the race was rain and safety car.
Yes,
let's face it.
We did. Oh God, over an hour.
Yeah,
go over an hour of safety car. I want to say.
Which safety car in Formula One, which is like the racing most people watch, right? Mm-hmm. Safety car in Formula One, you're going to be maybe 3, maybe 5 laps, depending on the incident.
Yep.
If it's
depending
raining,
how bad it is and how hard it's going to be to get the car off track.
If it's raining too hard, it's probably just going to get red flagged and then kind of just figure it out and we'll wait, right? We're not going to watch them circle because the gas is going to run out and tires are going to be shot and it's just not ideal.
There's other considerations at that point. Yeah.
In this case, you were watching, and you were on TV watching an hour of 30-some cars just following a safety car.
Yep.
Up until they run out of gas.
Okay.
So tell us about that. Tell us about them running out of gas.
Oh my gosh. So it's all right. So the safety car, they had done so many laps, and the safety car, look, y'all, the safety car is not just cruising along on this thing.
Yeah, they're pushing.
We're talking about a modified GT3 RS that is literally drinking fuel like it's no tomorrow, and they're hauling ass. So they needed to swap. The safety car was running out of gas.
Yeah.
Okay. Safety car was running out of gas. And it was funny because the FIA guys were like, well, we got to go. We'd pull out the rule book here. Like, this happens so it doesn't happen at all that we got to figure out how to do this. So, I mean, common sense says you have a second safety car.
Yeah.
Let's get the second safety car out there. And the way I would think you would do it is get them in front and then let the other one peel off. Well, they didn't do that. They decided, in their infinite wisdom, look, I love you, FIA, but for real, like this is, okay. So the safety car peels off. Nobody bothered to tell the teams how they were going to do this or communicate it. And I know they've got a lot of teams and there's a lot of communication going on, but something should have said, hey, this is what we're going to do.
Maintain positions. This is just the swap. We're still under yellow flag.
Exactly. Tell the crew chiefs. Let them worry about it. And so he peeled off, and some of the guys took off because that's what they're waiting for, right?
Yeah.
They've been sitting there for over an hour doing parade laps, for God's sake.
Pretty much.
That's basically what they were doing. And, that's the moment they're waiting for. So they got all out of whack. They got, they're passing each other and all the other stuff. So they freaking red flagged the race just to get them back in the pits and get them in their correct order and get them back behind the safety car so that they could let them go.
And see, it's Coda.
Right.
It's not a long track. I mean, it's a longer track, but
Right.
it's not Nürburgring.
Sure.
Or, other tracks that are, heritage tracks that are 5-6 minute laps.
Right.
It's a 2 minute-ish, lap.
I hope you're doing under 2 minutes.
Yeah. So you could, pass the pit lane, second car comes in, do one lap together, and then one of them peels off, and then we're good. There's nothing changed.
Right. Yeah.
But just to have it disappear.
Yeah.
I mean, I would, if I was right behind it, I'd be like, okay.
That's what I'm waiting for.
I'm
like,
gonna
I
floor
want
it.
you to go so
Yeah.
I can race. So anyway, that was absolutely crazy. And that, like I said, I'd never seen that before. I've been watching road racing for a long time, and I've never seen somebody do that.
Now, the actual race, though, when they were racing,
Yeah.
was quite entertaining, right? So you had the usual suspects, right? You had the Ferraris, you had the Porsches. This time, Toyota was not really blending in with the front.
Nope.
But over the hours, you had Peugeot at some point,
Oh yeah.
Chevy at
They
some
had a
point.
good showing. I was very actually excited for Peugeot because I wasn't expecting, nobody's expecting them.
Yeah.
They haven't had a really strong season.
And it's good because we have seen it where Lamborghini exited the World Endurance because they couldn't see results fast enough, right? So in this case, you're like, you do want these teams to have a taste of the front
For sure.
so that they have the motivation to continue.
Yep. Get you excited.
Get you excited. There's a lot of money that needs to be. I mean, these hypercars are extremely expensive to maintain.
Yeah.
And those teams need the funding to be able to continue,
I mean,
right?
let's be honest. Hypercars are just F1 cars with fenders and
Exactly
a
what it-
cockpit.
yeah.
They are very complicated
Yeah.
machines.
And so it makes you happy to see those brands kind of pop up. But ultimately, it ended up being strategy again.
Yep.
Right. We talked about this, right? Endurance used to be about surviving the race, making it 24 hours.
Right, because it was a race of attrition. Who could
Right.
last? Who could even finish?
Who
right?
can finish, right? These days, it's not really. It's mainly who can make the tires last longer, who can make it, fuel efficiency, give you a couple more laps.
Right.
So it was a lot of strategy involved.
Right.
And
Another thing that makes endurance racing unique. Like, who really thinks about gas mileage in other
Right?
races?
Yeah.
Besides maybe rally. Maybe I mean,
yeah,
that's
you don't
really
want to
about
well,
it.
they have
Not
like
really.
canisters in
Yeah.
there. I've seen that.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. And then, I mean, the other thing that makes it special is you are on the same track with other cars, and you are either much faster or much slower,
Right.
right? And the interesting part about this, that in the rain, it's kind of even.
The great equalizer, baby.
It's kind of even.
Yep.
So now you were watching it and you had the GT3s messing with the hypercars.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Badly.
Yep.
Right? I mean, and then, even when they switched tires, those tires kicked on with the GT3s much faster.
Yep.
So it was really nice to watch them struggle in those hypercars. And, the GT3s were just running their race.
Yep.
They were just doing that.
Can't
thing.
blame them. They're trying to go as fast as they can too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's kind of the point, guys. There was a lot. I mean, Ferrari and Porsche, really strong showing right out of the gate.
Yeah.
Going into it the weekend, they were actually like, hey, is Cadillac going to take pole again?
Yeah.
Cadillac and both, actually, the Corvette teams both struggled greatly in this race. Like, they weren't even really a factor through most of it, which obviously disappointing for me. But just to go back to, like, it's the great equalizer, right?
Yeah.
Like, you never know. I'm, happy for Ferrari. My God, can that team go teach the F1 team something? Because going back to what we were talking about is like the feeling of the garage.
Yeah.
Like you walk into the Ferrari garage for the endurance guys, completely different vibe.
You can see it.
Yeah.
The confidence
completely
that,
different vibe.
like Kubica and all of the drivers have, Giovinazzi.
Right.
It's just the confidence that they portray.
Mm-hmm.
They know that they have the good car. They know that they have the good team.
Very much.
When they speak, you can see it.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the confidence.
Yeah.
And I mean, those are ex-F1 drivers.
Right.
You look through the grid, it's a bunch of old X1 drivers, right?
It is. It's a bunch of F1.
And I did say Chevrolet earlier, but it's Cadillac, obviously, in the hypercar. But yeah, so, at the end of the day, those good teams, you got the Ferraris, you got the Porsches, etc. They are able of having more ex-F1 drivers on their team.
For sure.
Right? They can afford it. They have better funding, and obviously they have a longer heritage with those.
Yep.
But yeah, because you look at Ferrari and F1, it's like, guys, every year, you just get, it's not even getting worse. You just don't solve the problems that you have.
Right.
And, we thought it was the, what was his name? The previous team principal.
Oh, yeah. I know who you're talking. Bonotto.
Yes.
Yeah.
We thought it was him.
But hell, even Vasseur has said, look, we've changed the car. We've changed the drivers. There's only one thing we haven't changed. Like, it's like, man, you talk about a slap in the face. Like,
he's a good one.
Yeah.
Like, he's a strict,
Yeah.
he's goofy. Makes fun.
I love him.
Left
He's
and right.
great.
He's hilarious. But at the same time, that he's running that place like
sure.
It's just he can't get across.
Yeah.
The mistakes that are happening are primitive when it comes to
Absolutely.
F1 racing.
One of the big surprises for that weekend was the fact that the Fords, which haven't been competitive, got back-to-back poles.
Yes.
Like, nobody expected that to happen. I mean, obviously they had some issues during the race and all that. They had some bad tire choices, but man, that was going back and forth up and down the pit. Like I was right in front of the BMW hypercar garage, and they come in on wets, right? On rain tires when it was starting to dry out, swapped to slicks, and not 2 laps later came back in, swapped back to the rain tires, and went back out.
And see that, I mean, the whole race, if you want to rewatch the race, just watch the last 15 laps or 10 laps. Because that's really
we only
where
got
everything,
about an hour and a half. Where
yeah,
real racing.
that's really, the last 30 minutes is really where everything happened. Because the track started to dry up, but it wasn't dry.
It was not.
But it's also not wet.
Right.
And there's no intermediate option, right?
Yep.
Really. The wets are more intermediate than anything in world endurance. So
and they're sticky, man. Like,
yeah.
And when you fill those, because we actually have to handle the tires when they come off to scan them, and those rain tires are actually really sticky. They're probably 3 times as sticky as your normal your car,
regular tires,
your all weather tires or whatever. They're super sticky, but
and the tire strategy towards the end, because you had teams that put on the slicks too soon.
Yep.
You had teams that didn't put on the slicks at all and struggle at the end. Mm-hmm. And then you had the teams that just put it at the right time, which again, the GT3s took a shorter time to kick in.
Right.
You had the number 7 Toyota, I think, on the hypercars, put him way too early.
Yeah.
And struggle
Yes.
for life.
Right.
Right on that thing. I mean, he spun a couple of times.
Oh yeah.
And they have good drivers.
Yep.
It's not like Toyota doesn't have the good drivers. But when you got down to the GT3, you're talking about the Mustangs, right? The Mustangs, the Fords did not change the tires. They tried to stick it out with the wets. But the GT3s were just running on slicks.
No, man, that McLaren found another gear, or for lack of a better
Yeah.
term, it went on another level. And the battle between the Mustang and the McLaren was just epic.
It was epic.
Yeah, it was really good.
It was
racing.
epic, but at the same time, you knew what was going to happen. You knew what was. I mean, the Ford shouldn't even defend at that point because you were seeing the time drop by lap, and it wasn't dropping like 0.3. No, he was dropping like 3 seconds a lap at that point, 4 seconds a lap. He was much faster, right? The Ford, for some reason, I don't know if it's you tell me, but on TV, it looked like a bus.
It's a huge car.
It
big.
looks so much bigger than the 296 and the McLaren.
If you put them on the scale, which we did, like
It's funny.
they're not that far off as far as weight is concerned, but the sheer bulk of that car has to have some sort of aerodynamic, not advantage. What am I thinking of? A disadvantage somehow. But yeah, the tire strategy was not good on the Ford's part. Like you said, the times were dropping on the McLaren and some of the other contenders. I mean, the Ferrari, obviously, the silver Ferrari. I can't remember the name of the team. They were starting to do much better because they had obviously swapped tires.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, and this may be just a perception of mine, but I feel like WEC is way more apt to give penalties for contact.
And let's talk about that. I mean, there was an incident that we texted about between the Ford and the McLaren, I think.
Ford and McLaren, and then also, well, let's be honest, the reason the Ferrari at the end didn't win is because he made a stupid move earlier in the race and had some pretty severe contact with another car that they just waited till the end to penalize him, which, by the way,
just do it.
dude,
Just let the
that
team
was
know.
mean,
You got
dude.
6
That was
hours.
straight up mean because those guys are, they're celebrating and they think they won. And then
And ultimately, it's
just kidding.
It's a 5-second penalty.
Right.
So in a race like this, you can make up 5 seconds if you know you have a 5-second penalty.
If you know you have a 5-second penalty coming. Right.
Just go for it. You know,
Yep.
I mean, you can.
Yes.
You have enough laps.
I think there needs to be a time limit where they're allowed to make a decision.
Which, I mean, takes us to F1.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Sometimes, not sometimes, a lot of times, you start watching the race and if race is finished,
Yeah.
30 minutes later, you check Instagram and it's like, Russell got disqualified, you know?
Yeah, that's right.
And you're like, what?
I know, because I'm on Grid Rival thinking I've jumped up the, jumped up the list. You know what I mean? Ooh, hey, I went to 30 seconds instead of 59th.
Wow. Maybe don't mention
Maybe
that.
I just make some bad decisions.
I mean, clearly.
Whatever. Anyway.
Find another hobby.
Yeah, I shouldn't gamble. Okay, so, and then to your point, then you say, oh, hey, by the way, this person are out, and we just switched to 6 grid spots.
Yeah,
Thanks.
yeah. It's just,
Thanks, guys.
yeah.
So, no, there needs to be a time limit. You'd be like, hey, you need to decide within X amount of laps or some kind of parameter to put some kind of urgency on a decision. You know, hey, we're going to figure that out at the end of the race. They do that a lot.
They do that. Yeah. And it's like, no.
And that, I don't understand that. I'm like, you are handicapping your teams because now they don't know what they're up against.
Yeah. I mean, they're finishing the race with an exclamation mark next to them.
Right.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
You know, and again, like I feel like 5 laps should be enough to know, are we going to
I don't
penalize
think that's
them or
unreasonable.
not? Right?
I don't think that's unreasonable at all.
5 laps and honestly before podium.
Yes. Yeah.
Just delay podium by 10
Yep.
minutes.
Even if you were going to say, hey, we have to make all decisions by 5 laps before the end.
There you go. Yeah.
you know, or something like. I
Like
don't know what the
10
answer
minutes
is,
after or before podium, we will make sure that, you know, not someone doesn't celebrate
Yeah.
the win when they're going to be disqualified
Right.
or get a penalty.
Hey, note to the Drivers Association: we're on your side, so we'd love to be on some kind of board or something. You know, hit us up, call me. Like,
That's
yeah. So Monaco.
Monaco.
Or Monza. I did it again. That's
You
I
keep
for
doing
some
it.
reason I get the first. I'm like I mix up the first.
Monza,
one. Anyway,
Spa, Monaco. It's all
just
the same.
ignore me. Good Lord. Well, can we edit that out?
No.
Shit.
Is it recording?
Yeah. Oh, don't do that. Whoa. But yeah, Monza. So where are we gonna go?
Well, where do we start? We start with qualifying. Let's start with the fact that
ridiculous qualifying.
ridiculous qualifying. We had during the practice sessions where Hamilton asked who has the fastest lap ever at Monza.
What did the British call that? Being cheeky?
Cheeky.
Yeah.
It was a little cheeky. It didn't last through the weekend.
It did not age well at all.
So much confidence, though.
Yeah.
He's got his confidence a little back.
Yeah. Which, bravo, man. But yeah, that was not great.
No. Ferrari did okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a home race for them, but they did okay.
Yeah.
I think 5 and 7.
Yep.
No,
Yep.
something like
Somewhere around
that.
there.
Well, Albon was 7, so it was 4 and 6.
Right.
3 and 5. I don't know.
I don't remember.
But yeah, take it to the
So,
race day.
I mean, Verstappen fastest, not only the fastest lap of the qualifying, but fastest F1 lap ever.
Based on average speed.
Based on average speed, fastest lap ever. I think it was average speed of 146 or 36. It was somewhere like it was
264
just sub
-ish
150
kilometers.
in there. Like, man, and that's a tight track.
That's
the thing. When you put it in that perspective of how tight that track is, that is freaking flying.
So, which is impressive in a car that we have been put. I mean, we have seen it as not the best car.
How many people have been dogging that car?
Everyone. I mean, yeah.
I've been talking about
Yuki
the
is
fact
still
that,
complaining about
Yuki
it.
is still.
Which puts you in a mindset with like,
Yuki's rocking in a corner somewhere.
yeah, seriously. It's like this guy is fast. And here's the thing. It was the fastest race ever for F1. 1 hour and 13 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
really fast.
Shorter than a tennis match.
Yeah.
Most of them.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
I didn't even say soccer because it takes you 2 hours.
Right.
Close to.
Yeah.
Right?
It's a really fast
And that's
race.
one of the shorter sports. Right?
Yeah.
1 hour and 13?
Yeah.
I'm still getting my concessions at that point.
Right. No kidding. I'm still in line for nachos.
Yeah,
And
which
the race is ending.
let's sidetrack with this, right? Because just recently there have been reports of them wanting to shorten F1 races.
Oh, I heard that. Old Stefano Domenicali, however you say it. Domenicali, however you say his last name. Yeah, I'm not good with that one. So, I mean, I'd love to hear everyone's opinion on this because I feel like it's a big age difference, and I know that they're trying to get a younger crowd, and I know that they're trying to grow their fan base beyond what Drive to Survive has given them. But really, y'all, like, we're going to shorten a race that's already maybe 50 laps.
And it's a thing too. We already have sprint races.
Yeah.
We already have short races.
Yeah.
We have too many races.
Right.
So you're adding races to the mix.
Which, by the way, makes our job a lot harder. Every sprint race where we work twice as much during sprint race weekends.
It's a race and a qualifying
is,
and
right?
everything.
Yeah.
But you're doing all of this and then you want to shorten the runtime. Well, what are you going to do? I mean, at the end of the day, we already get an hour and 30 minutes maybe of racing.
Right. Yep.
Actual racing. And then the rest is, people, if you don't get excited about, obviously you don't get excited about practice because it doesn't mean much. You get a little bit excited about qualifying.
Yeah.
And that's like the excitement right there.
Exactly.
But then the race, I mean, some of those don't have any action in them anyways.
But where do you draw the line between, you're really diehard F1 fans that are keeping your sport alive and thriving and growing, and then catering to the lowest common denominator. You know what I mean? Like, that seems like a very fine dance, and you're reaching for little things when you've got big things over here.
I feel like it's too much in the marketing department.
Yes.
You know,
Yep.
the marketing department is trying to run the show.
Yeah.
We don't need the marketing department to run the show.
No, we don't.
You know, I mean, this is still a sport and it's still an active, you know, event,
Yeah.
right? Most people that we know go somewhere to watch it,
Yep.
even if it's at 5 a.m., 6 a.m. in the morning.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
You kind of get in a group together, you watch the race,
Oh, yeah.
you want to talk about it. It's a sport that actually allows you to talk during it,
Yep.
to, you know, analyze things and discuss. And when we're talking about a race that if it rains, we're not even racing.
Yeah.
Now, you know, shorten that to an hour and 15 minutes, plus having, tracks that you can't even pass on.
Yeah.
We're just watching cars go in circle
Yep.
behind each other because they can't pass,
I agree.
you know? So shorten it is not really the solution.
I don't think so either.
It's not going to raise competitiveness.
Yeah.
You need at this point to figure out how to raise competitiveness, you know?
I think the real meat and all of that is go to some other tracks, throw
Yeah.
some variety in there, you know, as opposed to shortening and yes, maybe if you can add some more sprint races, because honestly, as a, not coming from a Marshall standpoint, I enjoy sprint races because there's more to watch. And I'm you know, as a fan, I love the sprint races, but I think that they need to switch it up more than that, than kind of short. I don't know. It's not good. It's not
No,
good.
I'm not a big fan of that strategy in general. I feel like, yes, I agree with you. The sprint racing is exciting. Obviously, Verstappen wins it 3/4 of the time,
Right.
but it also gives opportunities to certain teams to maybe take on a risk.
Right.
You know, it's a shorter race. We can risk a little bit more. And
Look at all the sprint champions that we've had besides Verstappen. We had Kimi Antonelli.
Yeah.
We had
Hamilton.
Leclerc, Hamilton.
Yeah.
Like, we've had quite a few
Yeah.
that weren't in the normal top 5 that have actually won the sprint race, which adds to the point scoring capabilities, which adds, again, to your point, that this season is starting to go back towards like, oh, we already know who's going to win this thing. So now it's getting a little on the boring side.
Yeah, which, I mean, take it to that. Let's actually run through the race real quick.
Yeah. Okay.
So you had a great start by Verstappen.
Of course, he's got to get in Lando's head right away. So
That's his number one strategy. is to-
check.
Rule number one,
Rule number 1: get in Lando's head. Check.
which really worked.
Yeah.
Now he had to give back the position,
Yep.
right?
He did.
So that was
He did, and rightfully so. I think so. I think
I
that
think
it
so
was,
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I mean,
I
he
think
knew
that was
it.
a good
He
call.
Didn't comment.
Yeah.
You know, we
Yeah.
know Verstappen is not the quiet guy.
Yep.
So when he's being told give your
He
position
only
up,
complains a little when he's wrong.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Right. And then the race just kind of
Yeah, the race was crazy. I mean, we have Mr. Liam Lawless, and getting into Carlos Sainz, and if you don't know that, they penalized. It was a 10-second penalty.
10-second
too.
penalty.
Like,
yeah.
even for that, because it looked like a racing incident to me, which ended up overturning it, and that's eventually what it was ruled. But that doesn't change the fact that it hurt their race, and it could have been a different outcome.
Yeah, because he
So-
already served the penalty.
He already served the penalty. He just doesn't get the points
On his
against his
license.
license and
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Which, I mean, that's great, but still, you destroyed his race.
It's kind of half measures to me.
Yeah.
That doesn't help me out hardly at all. Besides, he's not a real penalty heavy person anyway, so he's not worried about getting censured,
Yeah.
So,
I got to give it to him, though, because I don't know if you remember, we talked about this before. He said when he started with Williams, he was competing with the usual suspects that he usually competes
Yeah.
against, right?
Yeah.
He was competing with the Mercedes. He was competing with Red Bull.
Right.
He was trying to push his car.
For sure.
And at some point he realized that's not my race to race at this point.
Yeah.
I'm really not racing there.
Yeah.
My category is I'm a step below this.
Yeah.
So his racing changed.
Yes.
But the further you fall back, the more aggressive competitiveness and there's a lot of lawless
To be honest, that's
stuff.
where the majority of the people are, right?
Yeah.
Like they're 15 seconds behind the leaders, battling it out for whatever points they can possibly score.
And you have the Lawsons of the world. You have the
Yeah.
Strolls of the world. You have
Yep.
the who was it that crashed into him and got it 10 seconds?
Stroll.
Bierman.
Yeah, Behrman.
Yeah.
That's right.
He crashed into Sainz
Yep.
and got a 10 seconds penalty.
Yep.
So you're more in a territory where it's just a lot of stuff happens back there.
Yep.
So, you know, it sucks when you're a world-class driver, and they're all world-class drivers, but
You're right.
he is in a different category or was in a different category. So
Yeah.
kind of sucks when you see that.
Does.
Kind of gives you Ricardo vibes.
It does.
You know,
it
you
does.
just, like-
That's a very good way to put that. It does give you Ricardo vibes, which is still tragic to this day.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially tragic because now he's thrown his lot in with Ford Performance, and he's like a spokes guy for Ford Performance, which I'm like, you're dead to me.
He said no more F1.
Yeah,
He was like, I'm done. I'm just not
Yeah.
gonna do this anymore.
it's pretty crazy.
Hadjar.
Hadjar, what, dude? I love that guy. I mean, he's really making. I swear he's back there going, okay, how can I do cool things and not get put in the second Red Bull seat?
How can I skip on that seat?
Because he went from pit lane to what? 10th. That's
Yeah.
right. He went from pit lane to 10th, which, I mean, they were praising the crap out of Lewis for doing the exact
17
same thing.
to 7.
Right.
Yeah.
And, you hardly heard anything about Hadjar. He's just back there doing his thing. Because
I
I
mean,
swear
it's-
he's trying to keep low key.
It's the one thing you're doing it in a Ferrari,
Yeah.
not in a V carb.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
second, I still want to. I mean, I wish that they would just put Verstappen in one of those.
Oh,
one
I'd
day
love to see that.
and just kind of see what it does.
They did something. I don't know what it is, but they did something to that car that
Yeah.
made it way
Yeah.
quicker because, the drivers all of a sudden just didn't go, you know what, I'm going to push it today. You
Yeah,
know?
no,
Something
no.
happened.
Something happened, and again, like we talk about this a lot, it's all about communication, right? So if the drivers are communicating,
Mhm.
and I do see Hadjar as someone that is probably communicating
Yeah.
back with, hey, I feel this, this needs,
For sure.
So if you have a driver that's putting a little bit more effort into that, then the car is going to perform better.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be a better understanding
Yeah.
to match it up with the driver. And I mean, we see it on sim racing, right?
Oh, yeah, for
You
sure.
start changing things up, and based on what you like, and you drive it, and you're gonna do great. And I sit back in the same seat, and I'm like, what is this thing doing?
Like, I don't respond well to whatever you just did.
Whatever
'cause
you
those
did.
settings don't benefit me.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And that's a lot of what, this car, and I think that speaking of Daniel, he didn't do, because he was used to driving and performing in a completely different setup of a car.
Yeah.
So again, it's like having your mouse on super sensitive, driving that car. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think it does take a while to get used to it.
Yeah,
Get used to it. Get the car set up your way.
for sure.
Get the seat set up your way. I mean, there's so many factors in it.
Yeah.
So-
What else about Monza? Let's see. Oh, good Lord.
What else about
what
Monza?
else about Monza? We're sitting here like we don't have anything to talk about. The Papaya Boys. The Orange Menaces.
Papaya rules.
He's got papaya rules. I got your papaya rules right here.
I don't get the papaya rules. I wish we had like a 10 Commandments of the Papaya Boys.
Right. Like
something.
Like, where are the papaya rules in writing? Like
And
Where's-
Zach
where's-
Brown's back pocket, apparently.
I think they're making that up as they go along. That's what they blame everything on.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's their default. Like they're going to throw them under the bus with the papaya rules.
So I feel like in their mind and the way it was presented, especially last season, it was let's even the playing field for our drivers. Let
Yeah.
them compete. Let them
Right.
do their thing. We're not going to call who's first and who's second driver.
Right.
Right.
They said that.
They said that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that put in their minds, in their drivers' minds, the ability is like, I'm the first driver. If you don't tell me if I'm first or second driver, I'm the first driver.
That's a mindset, right?
Yeah.
Like from the get-go, you need to have the right mindset.
Right. So, I mean, you're not going to, if Yuki was keeping up with Verstappen, Yuki would not compete with Verstappen.
Yeah.
If, I mean, you know, the team that is running with that is Ferrari, but they're not competing on that level.
They're not.
You know, but they do technically. I mean, yeah, I'm sure they will give Hamilton the first seat, but I don't think they would stop Leclerc just because they. I mean, Leclerc is a world-class driver.
He is 100%.
In this case, though, you clearly have a favorite.
And okay, here's the worst part about this is, and what I think pissed me off the most is when they actually got on the radio to talk to a Piastri and say, you know, hey, we need you to switch spots. They brought up something that happened last season, a year ago.
Yeah.
And I mean, Piastri's probably going, move on, bro. Like, what you did last year has no bearing on what we're doing this year.
Which it was not a racing incident.
No.
You know, if it was a racing incident, if he had pushed him off the track or he had spun because of someone's mistake or whatever, fine. It was a pit stop.
Exactly.
Stuff happens at a pit stop.
Yep.
I mean, you know.
That to me is another one of those. It's a racing incident. There's no penalty. There's no fault found, right? So it's like having an accident in a parking lot. Nobody's.
Yeah. I mean, you go back to it and it's like so many things have happened at pit stops. Jos Verstappen has caught on fire while getting gas at the pit stop. What did they do? The other driver had to stop and go back? Like, no.
Shit happens.
It shit happens at a pit stop, right? The Bolt does not want to.
Yep.
Just doesn't want to cooperate.
Oh, hey, by the way, he had some bad luck, so you need to suffer for his bad luck. What is that?
Especially when you're competing for the championship.
Let's go back to we're competing for the championship, but who's in the lead?
Piastri.
It's Piastri.
Yeah.
So if you're really looking at it from a team aspect, there is so much bias in just that little action right there.
Yeah.
Because there's no guessing who the favorite is. But you said that it's
papaya rules.
There's no number one driver.
And see, I mean, they're seeing it slip now. Lando didn't finish the race before that, right? The Dutch Grand Prix. So now they're seeing it just get a little bit further out, right? If you look at it, I mean, obviously, number-wise, Verstappen still has a chance if the Papaya boys just don't do well in the next races.
Yep.
But technically, it's a McLaren thing at this point, right? It's one of their guys that's going to win.
Yeah.
So
I think even if they stopped right now and didn't go to another race, they would still win the constructors.
The constructors for sure. Yeah. I mean, it's just Verstappen against the rest of the world. But it again gives you that position of like, okay, maybe they do want it to stay close for the excitement factor.
Yeah. So you think it might be more of a media thing, like a let's keep this tight so people keep watching type thing?
Yeah, we don't want this to just like feel.
That's an interesting take.
You still have it's with 2/3 in.
Yeah.
Right? You have a third of the season left. You don't want a driver to be just all. Again, it's a theory. It's probably not right. But
hey, you never know. You don't know what kind of pressures are being put on by Liberty Media.
So much money. Yeah.
But again, there's so much money at stake.
If there's a 50-point gap, and you know that in the last 13 races, it was either first and second. So he's only losing a max of 7 points.
Yeah.
Is going to be boring.
But coming from a spectator and an enthusiast point of view, I'm almost mad at McLaren for not letting them do their thing. Like, 100%. Let the cream rise where it's going to. Let the chips fall where they may, and all kinds of other euphemism we can come up with.
Yeah.
But let them race, and the best man win.
The problem here is that we have not had this scenario in a long time.
Yep.
A team that has two drivers that are both equally competitive on winning the championship. We haven't had them.
You know where we're going to have a whole lot more of that?
Oh.
In 2026.
Oh, yeah.
You look at the driver lineups and
Yeah.
the teams and all starting on the same playing field. Man, that's going to be an interesting year.
It's going to be an interesting year. I feel like that's where things are going to mix up a little bit, you know? Great race, though.
Yeah,
I mean, overall,
great
I
race.
feel like that was like the murky part of it.
Yep.
Verstappen just ran the race, and Verstappen is running other races.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he did. What was it this weekend? He
Yeah.
went. So, okay, irony of all ironies. A 4-time world champion and possibly the fastest man he just the weekend before had proved that he's the fastest man on the planet in an F1 car, has to go get his license at the Nürburgring. Okay, I'm a little murky. Do you know the exact things that he has to do to get that particular license? I know he has to run a certain amount of laps that are clean, which, God, I hope so.
He has to rank.
Oh, he has to rank in a certain place. Okay.
Yeah. But the problem is you're detuned.
Oh, yeah. He had 150 less horsepower than
Yeah,
everyone
it's
else.
130 less, and then his car had more weight in it. So he gets added
ballast
weight.
too.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I think he gets 150
Sounds
pounds.
like a CMC race.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm not going to go.
150 pounds added weight, 130 horsepower less.
Yeah.
Which you could see because in qualifying,
Mm-hmm.
he out-qualified
Yeah.
the others with those conditions.
Yep.
But then when the race started, you could just see him fall back.
Yeah, they had I know that was a very popular video that they showed him just falling back and falling back.
He
and
was just
back.
falling back, and you're like, what happened?
Like, what is
Did you
going
miss
on?
a gear?
Yeah.
But it was because his car was detuned.
Yeah.
So, obviously he can pull numbers out of the vehicle, even with the detuned car, because he can take the corners in a much better way than anyone else.
Didn't he end up like 20 seconds ahead of all of his competitors?
He
with
finished
150 less horsepower. Ballasted. Yeah.
He finished 7 minutes ahead of the other car that was running under the same conditions.
Holy mackerel.
7 minutes.
And what's the Nürburgring lap time? Probably
7
7-ish
minutes.
So an entire
Yeah.
lap.
Right? So the Nordschleife is about 7 minute lap on a good day.
Right.
Right? But yeah,
Wow.
7 minutes. And then I think there was one more race that he actually skipped on because the car wasn't ready or the conditions weren't there. But part of it is like he has to race in windy conditions, rainy conditions. Yeah, it's a whole, that license has a whole of factors. And his driving experience counts.
No
nothing.
kidding.
Imagine being the guy that they put next to Max Verstappen as an instructor. Okay?
He straps in a little bit tighter than the rest of them. It's like,
So
oh God, here we go.
This guy that they had to, Max Verstappen was not allowed to drive by himself on the track. He had to have an instructor with him
That is hilarious.
to guide him through the track.
Because he hasn't done probably tens of thousands of laps in the simulator.
Thousands. I mean, one of
man.
my favorite tracks to run on a simulator is the Nürburgring.
100%.
It's just so much fun. You know, it's like, it's so much going on.
Yeah.
And it's a 7 minute lap.
It's
so
not the same thing over and over and over again. I mean, lapping is one thing and getting faster every time. But, the Nürburgring throws something different at you every freaking corner.
And it's 7 minutes. So, a lot of these laps, like, a lot of these tracks, it's a minute and a half, right? So it becomes repetitive, and it's 7 minutes.
Right.
You're running the same track 5 times. Right. Here, 7 minutes, you're restarting. You forgot what happened.
Congratulations, one.
Yeah, right? And you forgot the
Right.
14th turn.
Shoot, how do I set up for this next one again? Shoot. Man.
So that's where the exciting part comes in.
Yeah.
And again, I think we kind of see it happening with him,
Yeah.
where he's still young. He has won it all. They all have gone through this phase where they want to try something else. We had Alonso in.
Did you hear that? So MotoGP is now owned by Liberty Media
Yes.
officially.
Yeah.
Did you hear that Hamilton and I want to say it was Norris are interested in buying into MotoGP teams?
Oh.
because the value of them, if you go anything by what Liberty Media did with F1,
Yeah.
the value of those teams is about to
Well, you got
skyrocket.
what's his face? Haas team principal. previous.
Gunther
Gunther
Steiner. Yeah,
Gunther Steiner. He just bought in a team.
Yeah, isn't he like
Yeah.
heading up the MotoGP thing now?
No, he's team owner.
Oh, I thought he was some kind of director or something.
We'll
in
have to check
MotoGP.
on that.
I'll have to look on that.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get back to you on that.
Yeah, but I think he owns a team now. But again,
Awesome.
I mean, it's just going to
A lot of people are starting to
exponentially
get
go-
interested.
which is also funny because I'm watching World Endurance,
Yeah.
and you've got Valentino Rossi. Just
I was right there.
that is
I
such
was
a
right
cool thing.
there, man. That guy is
mean-
and such a nice dude.
Yeah,
Like he always makes time for his fans. Like
but you have a MotoGP legend,
literal
legend,
Yeah.
right? I mean, he is. If you want to compare him, he's the Senna.
Some would call him a MotoGP god.
Yeah,
Like,
Hamilton, Senna.
yeah.
You know, I mean, he's
there.
Verstappen. He's that level,
Yep.
right? And he's racing in World Endurance,
Yeah,
and it's like this revival.
they're doing pretty well.
Yes, yeah, they're
Doing pretty
coming
well.
back. I mean, they're getting there.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we've noticed with World Endurance, you need 5
And
years.
he still has the 46 MotoGP team and the WEC, and good for him.
Good for
man.
him. I know he's making most out of it.
Yeah. He's not. I don't think he's retiring anytime soon.
No. I mean, but yeah, it's exciting what's happening with that. I mean, MotoGP is going to get a wind.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah. And I'm here for it, man. I'm excited about that. I've been a motorcycle guy.
Yeah.
Obviously, I worked for Harley for a long time, and I started out on racing on 2 wheels, and yeah.
Which is going to be also like Liberty Media at some point is going to do something here.
Mm.
They must have a plan
Yeah.
because they want more control, right?
Of course.
And being a media company,
Yep.
there's going to be a push for something else. So I don't know where that push is going to go,
Yeah.
but they need to funnel in a lot of more money now.
A lot more money.
So, obviously the contract with Sky is almost up,
Yep.
and Sky ESPN, right?
Mhm. Sky and ESPN. Yeah.
Right. So now it's like, where's this next contract? gonna
Well,
go?
so Apple made a big bid,
Apple did make a bid
and
after
ESPN
the movie, yeah,
didn't even counter.
because these bids are
It was massive.
yeah.
It was so big they didn't even counter.
Yeah,
Like,
and Apple is coming from the F1 movie success,
yes.
right?
Yep.
And they made plenty of money to
Tons
just
of money. Yep.
fund it through that. And which is kind of what Apple has been doing. Now they're struggling on the MLS front because the numbers aren't catching up.
Right.
But Formula One is a different caliber.
Yep.
Right. So Apple, even when they brought Messi to Miami to play for them, Apple paid for that.
Yeah.
People don't think about it, but Apple actually paid quite a bit to make that happen.
That's
right?
crazy.
So Apple has the money. Having Apple as the partner brings in the money,
Right.
right? But then at the same time, you already had teasers that Disney and Formula One are gonna do
Man, I want to
something.
know what that's all about.
And Disney owns or is part with ESPN. It also
Right.
has Disney Plus.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, something's not adding up here because the partnerships in here are not kind of aligning. And I'm almost of the mind that I think that Apple bidding so much took them by surprise.
I think
they weren't
so.
ready for it.
Yeah, I think so too. And one thing I'm excited about though is I don't have to have that F1 app
Oh,
to stream on
yeah.
because that thing is
Maybe they'll take a little less limitations on it to where you can actually stream onto
On your TV?
without
Like,
having to
yeah.
go through all kinds of different
like
hoops
how
and-
stupid is that? That you pay for it and you can't stream on your TV.
Yeah. Yep.
You know?
I wish Samsung would get their act together. Samsung they make sold more TVs than like
Yeah.
anybody on the planet. I don't know that for sure, but
I mean, probably.
you can't get an F1 app
Yeah.
on a Samsung TV.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Exactly.
Come on, man!
Like-
Like I have to go into my living room and go off the Fire Stick
Yep.
to be able to watch the thing because every Samsung TV in my house, which there's like 5,
Yeah. It's
I
also,
can't
yeah.
watch it on.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
I know. It just makes no sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, So what's going on locally, man? Like
Wow.
obviously we got Maven coming up.
We have Maven coming up on the 28th. So
Yeah,
September
28th.
28th, we got Maven.
Okay.
Actually, we are about to announce our newest hydration partner.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you gotta have to wait for that.
Yep.
Um,
Bum, bum, bum.
October, we have a couple of things coming up in October.
Yep.
Obviously, Maven again at the end of the month.
Right.
We are working on an event at Market Street.
Yep.
For October.
Yep.
We are working on an event for Halloween as well. Surprise! You didn't know about that?
I didn't know about that one. I'm like, wait,
I just throw surprises
that's my
at you.
birthday.
It's not on Halloween though.
It's not on Halloween?
No,
Okay,
no.
good.
It's kind of like a with one of the major.
I bet you my
businesses
wife
out
has
here.
something planned at some point. So-
It's October 18th. Okay.
Okay. Gotcha.
You're fine.
Oh wait, I'll be.
I know.
I'll be
You'll be
in
in
Austin.
Austin.
Okay. All right.
Um,
Fair enough.
didn't pick the date. And then we're also working on a new event, possibly in the southwest part of Houston. So that's on our end.
Right.
This month has a lot going on. I know that Market Street is going to have a car show this Saturday.
Yep.
That same day, you have cars and planes, cars and jets and
Whatever
cars.
it is. Yeah. There's
Something-
cars and everything nowadays.
Cars
There's
and
like-
it all.
Yeah. We're gonna have
Um,
cars and bunny rabbits after a while. Like what? Why can't y'all be? They got conches and cars. They got all kinds of different
you've
stuff.
got copters and
There's cars and Bibles. I think there is. On
There
one
is,
end
there's-
of
yeah,
town,
there's cars
or
and
something
Bibles,
of
yeah.
that nature. And
there's quite a bit.
we don't like to be creative. Apparently,
No. Yeah, we're just like cars.
well, I know we're gonna get to that point. By the way, it's just cars, y'all.
It's just
It's
cars.
just cars.
But yeah, so
We got a lot
there's-
coming up.
Yeah, there's
coming up.
Post Oak is doing one at the end of the month as well as the day before Maven. So there's quite a bit this
lot of
month
good stuff
locally.
going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Weather should be. I mean, it was great last week. I don't know. This just kind of took a turn again into the
Yeah.
heat.
Yeah, we're gonna see. I mean, in the weather's supposed to be good for the next one coming up at Maven. From what I understand. It may
I
be
mean,
a little warm.
we
but
have 2 more weeks going on, so
hopefully
this
we're past the 109-degree
hydration
stuff, please, for-
partner though.
right hydration partner. That's right. We're gonna be just fine.
We'll be just fine and hydrated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So also we've also expanded to YouTube. Now the podcast is now on
Yes,
YouTube. If
find
you
us
haven't
on
seen
YouTube.
this, you get to see our pretty faces instead of just listening to us, or at least Saher's.
Oh, come on. Thank you.
But
I
some
got a
we've,
haircut.
we've added some extra like visual stuff with the YouTube
Yeah.
channel, and there's
Yeah.
some more stuff. Kind of if you're ever wondering like what the things look like that we're talking about, there's some video content in there.
He's putting a lot of work in that. I'm doing absolutely nothing. I'm just watching.
So definitely go check that out and check us out on all the socials. And again, you guys, thanks for listening to us, and we'll see you on the next one.